Aria Kennedy, I've accepted. There we go.
Hi.
There's one. Hi. How are you?
Good, good. How are you? Good to see you.
It's great to see you as well. I'm so pleased that you're joining us tonight.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
Girl, you are a wealth of information, a wealth of information, and it is our pleasure to have you. And there she is. Hi,
Hi,
Kennedy.
hi. Finally, thank you guys for your patience. My phone was not working today. How are
It's
y'all
okay.
doing?
Doing
Good, good. All
wonderfully.
good.
Aria, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. It's been
Good
too
to see you
long.
too. It's been forever.
I
It's been
know.
forever. We need to have another one of those events and just, bringing the people in, all the producers, all the singers, songwriters. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Oh, we
Yes.
definitely are going to do a redo. My goodness, you set the bar high, ma'am. You really did with all the gems that you
Thank
were
you.
We
dropping.
did.
I
So,
had
for
so much
sure.
fun. You guys did amazing with it. Everything was
Thank you.
beautiful. Like, yeah, you did great. So I'm very happy that I was part of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, Kennedy, you are our hostess with the mostest. Turning it over to you.
Yes. Well, I am so excited to be here with our amazing CEO right above me, and then to my
Yes.
right, we have Aria, who is an artist, producer, DJ, podcaster. Come on, content, everything. Like both of
Thank
these
you.
ladies wear so many hats, and we have
Yes.
a lot to talk about today. But before we jump right into it, I'm actually going to ask Aria to introduce herself to the Who's Got Next music
Mhm.
squad. For those who may have missed the event that we had in LA, just give us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then we'll pass it up to Latabia after.
Yes, so my name is Aria. I'm a singer, songwriter. I do everything related to production and I went to school for audio engineering. I do a lot of sync work. So if you have watched Love Island, Sweet Magnolias, Too Hot to Handle, some MTV shows, like you have probably heard my work. I got a lot of stuff over there, a lot of songs I have produced myself, written myself, sang myself, and engineered myself. Yeah.
Wow.
Phenomenal. I definitely sometimes be watching Too Hot to Handle. I can't help it.
And
Oh my
Sweet
god! When I
Magnolias,
saw them,
and Sweet
when I
Magnolias
saw it
is
in my
very, very
placements,
sweet.
I was like, wait, so how to handle? And I didn't even know they have a lot of them like throughout the entire world. So like I have it in like Germany and thing and stuff like that. It's like all over the world. But yeah, I'm very happy
Wow.
that I got those placements. And one thing leads to another. So one company calls, another company calls, publishers, and yeah.
That is phenomenal. And that's what we want to do here. We want everyone to be spreading the word of mouth about who's got
Yes,
our favorite
yes.
artists, our favorite producers. So you're a living testimony of how we want everyone
Thank
that
you.
started this competition to be. And Latavia, yes, we've seen your face many, 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 many times, but just for the people in the back, let us know who you are, what you do, where you're based, all that good stuff.
Well, hi everyone. I am the CEO of Who's Got Next Music. I am the vision behind it, and I'm in Atlanta, where there's a lot of burgeoning talent here. This has been a labor of love. My background is IT, but I learned the music business because of my son, who is a famous musician. He is Offset, and I learned a lot from working with him and had the idea to start a company that would allow emerging talent to be able to learn from some of his experiences, grow as an artist, learn how to monetize, and learn this business. So I'm super excited about Who's Got Next Music and what impact we'll have.
Yes, that is
Yes, let's go.
yes. And we're already making noise on both coasts. We got Atlanta going deep. We got people up in New York chiming in. We got Houston, Nashville, Texas,
Yes.
LA, of course. That's where I am based. And quickly, for those who have not met in this chat, I'm Kennedy. I host our lives every week. I work with Latavia in marketing and sponsorships, and also some of our in-person events. And we're going to kick it off today. Welcome. And we're going to kick it off today by doing a quick recap of last week. So last week we had C. Nicole, who's also on the Who's Got Next Music team. And we had our queen, Lauren, who is moderating this chat right here, right now. And we talked about the power of the fan vote. Now we're going to dive into artist specific and how artists can gain that support as they go throughout this competition to push to the finish line. So right now we have just begun the Get in the Booth competition. So we've already opened up our producer portal and we have closed our producer portal. So we're going through these beats right now and we're going to be notifying those who are selected soon who can begin to upload their songs for the hip hop competition. So just to recap a few dates, again, producers, those signups that has closed, but for our artists, June 1st, this is going to be your time to shine. So make sure that you're tapping in, turning on your post notifications, downloading the app so that you don't miss anything. And even if you're a fan, you can already be plugged in right now. So people like me who are fans of music, you should already have this app on your phone so you also don't miss when this competition launches. So we've already introduced our guests, Latavia and Aria. And so now we're getting ready to jump into our questions for today. How are y'all feeling before we get to it? Feeling
I'm feeling
good.
great. I'm
Great,
feeling
yeah.
wonderful.
Excited.
Feeling great and feeling excited. Yes. Okay. Well, all right. We're going to kick it off with you. We're going to talk a little bit about your career. You touched on it, one on our panel that we had in LA, and you also touched on it a little bit right now. But I want you to think back to earlier in your career. If
Yeah.
you had something like Who's Got Next Music that existed back then, what do you think could have potentially changed your journey, whether for the good, for the bad, made it easier,
Yeah.
made it harder? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I would say exposure. It helps
Mhm.
so much to have that exposure, especially around people that, the app also has people that are within the music industry and out of the music industry. It helps to have both of their opinions. You know what I mean? It's like you wanna know what a musician thinks of your song, but you also want to know what a regular listener thinks of your song because
Hmm.
both things matter. At the end of the day, we all love music, right? So I definitely think exposure it would have helped a lot in that sense.
That's awesome. And exposure, that is definitely something that we want to bring to these artists and we want to bring
Yes.
to these producers. And also for Latabi as well. You were touching on it a little bit about your son and his journey through the industry. If something like Who's Got Next Music existed, as far as like having chat features and having people who really want to see each artist succeed, how do you think that could have potentially changed the trajectory?
I think we would have learned a lot more.
Mm,
We would have learned a lot more about the business and how it works. It's very complex. It's a lot more complex than people believe or think that it is. Our artists do a fabulous job of making it look easy and like it's just, all roses all the time. But this is a business, and a business can still be fun, but only when you understand it, right?
right.
Yes.
Not when you're kind of forced to learn it on the fly and then understand that some of your decisions are life altering, right? So if this were in place before, I think that it would have given us an opportunity to understand the business that he was getting in,
Mm,
and not just taking it for the surface level of what we thought it was.
Mm.
right. That is powerful. But you learn as you go.
That's
So
right.
we're here now, right?
That's right.
We're here now. And also, I'm going to keep it on you, Latabia. We're talking about the fan vote. Again, kind of talking a little bit from last week, but also bringing it into this week. So, when we talk about like having a moment in your career where an artist really leans on community support, how can that really make a difference when they're trying to establish themselves, whether it is a producer or it is an artist trying to find their way?
Um, I think that it's very powerful for them. They may not understand that it's powerful, but it's very powerful. If you actually have a command of your fan base, then you understand what your listeners like about listening to you, right? You define your sound as you're growing in this business, and then you find your people that support it, who love it, who's going to give you feedback, who's going to show up for you at your shows, who's going to buy your merch, who's going to also share and promote your music so that other listeners listen too. So it is very important to us to help you grow your fan base. So artists that are participating in our contest have already done some of that legwork. We're trying to help amplify it, and we do so through fan aggregated voting and participation on our app. So we have about a week for each round to allow listeners to or fans to listen and share your music. So if you're bringing your fans and I'm bringing my fans, we have an opportunity to be able to collaborate and send our music out together. It's helping all of us, be able to gain more exposure and get more fans. And that's the goal. So imagine if a label wanted to actually work with you and you wanted to work with a label, look how powerful it would be if you already have a fan base that's sustaining you.
Right.
That you already have a career that is paying you, so you're not desperate to take a deal. You really are at the bargaining table in a different position. You have leverage to be able to say, you know what?
Mm.
Yes, this is what I'm willing to do. No, I'm not willing to do that. Yes, I'm retaining my rights here. This is how much profit sharing I'm willing to do with you. It's a very
Right.
different conversation when you have nothing versus when you have
Yeah.
something. And having your fan base is something, and it's something very powerful for you. And so we want to help artists to be able to grow their existing fan base and to also create an ecosystem where emerging talent, developing talent is working together and they're bringing their fans along with them to support each other.
I
Mm.
love that. One, I like what you said. When you're not desperate, you can take time to really think about the decisions that are coming across the table, but you
Yes.
got to put in a lot of work to get there. And speaking of
That's
putting in
right.
a lot of work, look, speaking of putting in a lot of work, Aria, I want to talk about like a shift in your career when you knew you were there. So, when people really started to pay attention to you, what helped to build that early engagement? Because we're talking about this platform where we want people's fan base to be able to tune in, join in, support, share, tap in.
Mhm.
When did you see that shift in your career, and how would you coach someone in the Who's Got Next music program to also get there?
So the way I got there was also like writing songs that were really true to myself. Even if they were for sing,
Mhm.
for placements, whatever it was, I always wanted to write something that felt good for the song and for me. So being true to myself brought a lot of people in because they were like, this is different, like this girl doesn't write what we just whatever is out there in the radio or whatever people want to hear all the time or whatever people actually not necessarily want to hear but whatever they get to hear all the time. So when I started writing things that people could feel also like either if it's about something that hurt them or something that made them happy or whatever, I feel like that's when people come in and you start building a true fan base, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that might follow you, but like you were saying, is basically when you have a real fan base, they will get your merch, they will go to your concerts, they will support, they will truly be there, and those are the ones that we need. We don't just need the ones that scroll on our stories. We need the ones that are truly showing up. And I think that's why this app is amazing too, because it's bringing your fan base together, it's bringing your people together. And not only that, but you can also hear artists that might have the same route as you. And you can, you never know if you end up doing a feature with them, if you end up opening up for them, or they end up opening up for you, if you end up having a concert together. There's so many ways we can help each other out. And the way I see it too is like, we shouldn't look at things as like, we're competing against it. Even in this case, yeah, there's a competition, but at the same time you compete with yourself. are you doing
Yeah.
better than what you did last time? You know, it's, don't think about it as a competition between you and them. Think about it as a competition of like, am I mixing better? Am I producing better? Am I, what am I doing to grow as a producer, as a musician, as an artist in general? So going back to fan base, it's very important to to build a true fan base, a true community that will support you no matter what, that will tap in with your sound, that will be like, okay, I like her lyrics, or I like her productions, I love how she does this or he does this.
Mhm.
It's important to have that, so you also know what they're looking for from you. You know what I mean? Because like whenever you
Mhm.
have that community, they're also like, we kind of want to hear this sound more, or we like how you
Yeah.
sound in this kind of song, or it's always good to have feedback because you feed off of each other's energy.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you for sharing. Wow, that is a powerful one right there. And Latabi, I'm going to bounce it back to you because there's a question that's on the top of my head. So when she's talking about having fans that are tapping in and that are also giving critiques, I kind of want to talk about some of the pitfalls that maybe some artists may go through. So some artists, focus on trying to go viral and they want to be the next, next big thing. But what are some mistakes that artists possibly make when they're trying to promote themselves? Because we don't want that to be the case for our competition.
Mm,
I think that Aria has touched on it. Authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Having a viral moment is just a moment, right? But are those folks just there for the day, or are they lasting, staying with you? You want that longevity. You want those people who are really that into you, right?
Right.
You want those folks. So, going viral is good. There's nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, it's a great thing, right? Because you can have
Mm-hmm.
more exposure. But if you don't have a hook, where those folks are going to come back and listen or look for you, or be there to support you, then you're just really putting your efforts into something that's fleeting, and you want
mm,
something that lasts. And we at Who's Got Next Music want to help you build a lasting fan base, not just casual listeners. Like, people can we listen on the radio and things like that, or we're listening to a playlist because someone has curated a list for us. But it's very different when you have fans who are looking for your music, right? They're
mm,
looking for you to be able to drop. You look at the majors like a Rihanna. Like, Rihanna hasn't dropped an album in a while,
mm,
but folks are still waiting. She's building a family. She's built a business, $1 billion business, and folks are still waiting because those are her real fans, right? They're not just casual listeners, and so
Mm-hmm.
we want our fans to begin that process while they're developing as an artist. Understand your fan base, get to know them. We create
mm,
an environment in our app where you are able to chat with your fans directly. They can come to your profile, click on chat with you, and y'all can talk. And you can do that at your leisure. So there's no pressure, right? Because we certainly want you to take care of yourselves as an artist. Mental health is important. We've talked about that before on our lives.
Yeah.
But in terms of a viral moment, and what we're actually saying that you can build with our app, they're two totally different things, right? Have your viral moment. It's wonderful when it happens. It just recently happened to me, and I'm not even a musician. I don't even know how it happened, but it happened. It was like, okay, great, folks are listening and whatnot. Let me put some more information out here. But use it for what it's for. Promote yourself. Make sure that you are allowing your listeners to get to know you. People are going to tap into authenticity, and so, Aria, you were absolutely on the money with that one, because people can spot fakeness with a quickness. And
yes.
so if you are not talking about something that's real, then they will definitely, not stick around. So have your
Yeah.
viral moment, but turn it into something that's more permanent. Use Who's Got Next Music as your platform to help you build that authentic fan base, grow the one that you already have, give them an opportunity to get to know you. We're not gatekeeping and only allowing you to get a percentage
Mm,
of your viewers or followers that are on the app. You can talk to anybody that's on here, whether they're following you or not. You have that capability.
I love that.
Yes, no gatekeeping here. Everyone in the same boat at the same time. You don't gotta send 20 DMs to get that to get in. You're there. Everyone's in the chat. Everyone is in the chat.
That's right.
Um, so what I'm also thinking about, okay, so Aria, because as I'm looking at this app and visualizing it in my head, I'm like, okay, we're gonna be scrolling and tapping and scrolling and tapping, and we're gonna be scrolling through almost like 200 songs because we
Mhm.
have the max of 200 artists that can enter in the competition.
Mhm.
So, for real, what is going to make you stop? Like some of these artists may not have a lot of buzz, they may not have a lot of people on their social media platform, you may not have heard their name before. What is
Yeah.
going to make what is something that's going to make you stop and like, oh, actually, let me
And
stay right here.
we're able to see their cover arts, right?
Cover art as
Like the
well.
cover art. That is a huge one. Have a good cover art. Have
Ooh,
a
cover
good
art.
cover art.
Put
That's
that in
Hold
the
on
something
a
that,
chat.
second.
yeah,
Hold
that's
on a
like
Put that in the
second.
that's
Hold on
chat.
a second.
because it's
Hold
like
on a second.
if I see a
Okay.
cover art and it speaks something to me, I'm gonna want to watch that or listen to that. You know what I mean? It's like that matters so much the way you market yourself and the artist name too. Like have an
Yeah.
artist name that's gonna catch someone's attention and have a good cover art that people are gonna be like, let me click on that and see what's up. But that's definitely something that I would be like scrolling through and then I'm gonna be like, that looks cool. Like let me see what's that. I think that's the
Oh,
main
I
thing because
love
you're saying
that.
before listening, right? Like you're
Hmm.
saying before I get to listen. Yeah, that's basically the main thing. Like have good visuals that matter so much.
Ooh,
So for our artists, that means that when they upload their profile picture, they need to make sure that they have a picture of their cover art
Oh,
because
a
that is
yeah.
hundred percent,
that is
a
great
hundred
advice for
percent,
them.
a
Put
hundred
that in
percent.
the
Like
So we're
show
gonna
your
chat.
have
Put
artistry.
that in the chat.
we're going to put it in the chat. We're going to
Cover
Yes,
actually we're going to
art.
put it
Hold
on our
on
social
now.
media. This is some
because
great
think about it. Like
feedback
you want
and a
people
great
to see
tip.
your artistry, right? So if you
Yeah.
are, how are you portraying yourself? Like that matters so much as an artist. It's not just how you sound like, but who are you? How do you look like? What do you like to
Right.
wear? Your fans can look at that and be like, oh, I like to wear that too, or I love her top, or I love his shoe, whatever it is. It's like that's another way to connect with your fans. How do you look like?
Definitely.
What do you wear? What? How do you like to portray yourself out there as an artist?
That is
Mm.
something different because before I'm even clicking on the song, does your name stick out to me? Does
Mhm.
your cover art say, oh, you really, okay, you really a musician. You really a
Mm.
musician.
No,
And
you
that's
gotta think
like,
about everything when it comes to doing it yourself. Now, obviously, with this app's help, which is
yeah,
amazing, but you still gotta
Mm.
think of every little detail, right? How can you make this
right.
better? If you're in the app, how
Mhm.
can I make the best out of this app for my career?
Right.
That's right.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And you mentioned something else talking about a visual component. So, Latabby, I'm definitely going to toss this one right up to you. So, for
Mhm.
those who are like, okay, look, Aria got me, I'm going now. So, like, I'm about to update my cover art. I'm about to make sure my name is catchy. Now I'm getting ready to download this beat, and it's time for me to go ahead and upload because I've already paid my entry. I've already, registered. What is that process like for an artist who's getting ready to now re-upload their songs? Is it just their songs? Is it their song and their visual? Do they do it at different times, the same time? Walk these artists through that process after signing up, paying the registration fee, and getting their beat.
Okay. So if you've already gone through the process of signing up and getting your beat or beats, because you can download up to four, or
Mhm.
instrumentals if it's an R&B or that type of song, um, you go and you create your song with the beats that you downloaded, and it's very important that you use the beat or beats that you downloaded because we have already ensured that they are cleared for use, which means you don't owe anybody any money in order to use that beat when you take the song commercially. So you go create your song. Make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. It is so important that you make sure that you have a clear quality song that you're creating. You're going to turn around and for that song, you're going to record a video for that
Mm.
song, but you're going to use your phone. We want it to be equitable for everybody. We don't want the folks who have a little bit more means to have something that is presented in a way that someone can't achieve or reach that because they don't have the same
Mm.
capability in terms of their means. But everybody has a phone. So we want to see your real creativity, right? And if you have a team, that's fine. Utilize your resources. You should because you need one as a musician. No one does this by themselves. No one does.
Mhm.
So given that, create your video and make sure you get both your song and your video done within the submission period. For this particular contest, there's 20 days. So start
Two
early.
zero. Two
Start
zero.
early. Start
Procrastinating
early.
will not work here.
Exactly. Because we are not playing.
Procrastinate.
I mean, we actually, our system is automated. On that 20th day, it cuts off and the round one begins. And so you want to make sure that both your song and your video are uploaded. When you do go to upload them back in the app, you'll have an option to choose the producer or producers beats that you use. And that is very important to us because we want to make sure we're giving credit to the producers as well when you
Yeah.
upload your music back. If
Yes.
you download 4 beats and you only use two, only choose the two producers whose beats you use. But it's very important to give them their credit. We are very much so about protecting rights. So protecting the rights of all the creators, right? So upload your song, upload your video, check off which producers' beats that you use. Do not add other beats that are not a part of this plan, this platform. Give your song a title and submit. That's it.
That's
I
it.
mean, and it's automatically in the app from that point on. So even if round one hasn't started, listeners, you start telling your fans about it. You start telling your fans
Yes.
about it because they can listen on the app even before the competition actually officially starts in round one. Because you want them to be sharing the app. I'm sorry, sharing your song. Because when it comes time to vote, you want people that are familiar with the song, that shared it with other people, and you want those other people to come and vote for you too. So it's just work smart, work early, make sure
Yes.
that you're giving yourself enough time to, edit that video and make sure that it looks really good because Aria was on the money when she said, this is how you're presenting yourself to the world. So you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. And so make sure that you get it done within the time frame and then you're good to go.
Good to go.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love what he said, work smart, because it's like, yeah, work smarter, not harder. Like,
That's
Right.
as
right.
long as you're working smart, you got it.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
We're going to keep this conversation going because I know some people probably missed that. So let's talk
Yeah.
about the burnout that could potentially arise as people go throughout this competition. Aria, you also touched on this. I remember we first were chatting, we're like, oh, I want to talk to the people about this topic. So it's
Yeah.
definitely coming to you. But we all know burnout is real, and especially in any type of competition, athletics, music, no matter what it is. But for this one, when we're talking about artists and producers who want to stay visible and they want to be in the forefront of everyone's mind, what are some ways that they can stay consistent and manage their content without losing steam? Because it's 3 rounds.
Mm.
It's the
So,
song, visual, then live. So how can they keep it
yeah.
going?
You know what? I have sparks of creativity. So what helps is like, if I'm not doing, instead of doing something like every day, let's say if I'm posting one of the videos, or if I'm engaging with my fans constantly, I'm not gonna do that video the same day. A lot of times I take one day where I have that spark of creativity and I'll make a
Mm,
bunch of content so I can start posting everything when the time comes. So at that point you're gonna feel
mm,
burnout, and the next time you gotta create more, you're ready. So it helps a lot to
right.
create a bunch of content. Pick one day where you can just create everything you need to create, where you can even produce
Mm,
or shoot the video or shoot the visuals, do it all. And then the next days, that's your time to post. That's the time to engage with your fans. That's the time where you can create more, and then come back the next time, let's say the next time of the week, that same day on the week, and film more, create more, record more. I think it helps a lot to just have that mindset of like, you know what, today I'm just gonna focus on content creation or recording this one song, or
Mhm.
just make the best out of those creativity moments, like creative moments, like that creative spark that comes in. Because as artists,
Mhm.
we're not always producers, artists, musicians in general, we're not always gonna be like, oh yeah, I feel like writing a song 24/7. You might, but you might not as well,
but you
so
might not.
yeah, some days I wake up and I just wanna mix my songs wearing my PJs. I don't wanna wear anything fancy. You know what I mean? It's like there's days where you're gonna feel yourself more than others when it comes to even your art and your voice, your production, your chords, like all that matters. So pick that one day and create everything you can. The next days, think about posting and engaging with the people, and then
Mhm.
again repeat this the next week. And I think that's a good way to avoid burnout.
Mm,
So that is some very good advice. So
yeah.
essentially, you have a strategy, right? So
Yes.
you have a strategy for when to create content, and then you have a different day instead of trying to
Mhm.
stack and do everything all at the same time. A different day to actually post that content and engage with fans, and you can actually spread it out. So
Yes.
so
Yeah.
that you don't have to do all that shooting every day. Like you said, if you bulk shoot
Mhm.
your content, then you have it available to post when you're ready to post it. And
Yes.
then as
Exactly.
people engage, as people comment or like it or share it, you have an opportunity to engage. I'll just add, make sure that you're adding a CTA, a real call to action in your posts so
Mm.
that your fans have a reason to respond,
Oh, I like that.
not
Yeah.
just naturally move on. Yeah, so make sure you're ask a question or, do a poll, do things like that gets people to actually do more than just click like or just scroll by. So
Yes.
definitely do that as well. But you're absolutely right. Planning, and being strategic about, how you utilize your time will allow you to have the flexibility to be creative at the pace
Hmm.
that you want to be, right?
Yeah.
And not feel like it's a burden or a job. Oh my God, I have to post today because I haven't posted in a while and I
Exactly.
don't have content,
You
so I
can
got to
even
create it.
schedule posts. So if you really have to, you can even schedule your posts, and then
Mm.
make sure to answer the comments. Something that helps me a lot too is like whenever I'm about to post something new, I answer the comments from the last picture or the last video or the last reel. So then those people
Mm-hmm.
see that, and just by algorithm, because I'm interacting with their account, it goes into
Mm-hmm.
their main page whenever I post the new thing that I'm posting, even if it's a reel or a photo, whatever it is, because you're already interacting with their account, they'll see it and they'll comment that as well.
Ooh,
Right.
that's a good tip, Richard.
That
I'm
is
gonna
good.
post that though too. I like
Life
that one.
hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Life hacks. Look, we need them, don't we? Because Instagram and TikTok are tripping. Because I'm like, am I shadow banned? What's going on? Okay, it's not about me. It's not about me. Sorry, it's about the competition. But as we're talking about content and when to post and being consistent with it, let's talk about what kinds of content they should be posting.
Hmm.
You tapped on it a little bit, Latavia, talking about maybe using a poll here and there, but as they're recording their music and as they're recording their visuals and gearing up for the live round, what are some different things that these artists and these producers should be creating?
Go live. They should go live. I mean,
Hmm.
it's not just about posting and waiting for somebody to respond. Talk to your fans.
Right.
Don't be afraid to talk
Mm.
to your fans. And and get one of your friends to be your moderator that's offline that people aren't seeing, so that if people are talking crazy in your comments, they just kick them out of your live and you just keep moving. So that you just focus on the positive things. Have your things that you want to talk about in your live already prepared. Make sure you tell people that you're going to be going live. So it's
Mm.
scheduling posts, like Aria said, sorry. Make sure that you are actually scheduling it ahead of time, letting them know that you're going to be on, and be consistent with that so that they
Right.
get a chance to actually get to know you. And so as
Mm.
you are creating content, ask questions about what people like why are y'all following me, how did you find me, I want to make
Mm.
sure that I'm connecting with you, where are you from, understand where people are from. People love to talk about where they're from and things like that, and see what your connection is to where they are, or how you're connected to them and the things that they like if somebody heard you and while they were in the gym, it's like, okay, so my music resonates with folks who are into fitness, so let me see if there's something I can do around that with my song, like create content
Hmm.
while I'm working out or something like that, and post that, and really lean into the feedback that you get from people in real life. I would encourage more artists to actually connect, and I know sometimes that's hard, so maybe just start out small, and then go from there. So I think that maybe you do a 5 minute live, if really shy or something like that, and just build up over
Mm.
time as you get comfortable talking. Trust me, the time goes by really fast. And so what else? I would say make sure that you're posting carousels, because right now that's what Instagram says is working. So understanding based on the platform which ones that which parts of the or types of content is really mattering. As musicians, YouTube, because YouTube is where you can actually monetize, not just for your music but also for your content. So lean into that channel a lot. Make sure that you are posting consistently there, building your audience there, because again, we want you to be a self-sustainable or self-sustained artist. So make sure you're doing that. Um, Find ways to connect with other artists too, and create content together. Like be able to do some collaborative things, some behind the scenes of you creating with a producer, being able to go back and forth with your producer and recording that they actually see how you're creating music is a great way to be able to engage your audience. Things people want to see the product, they want to see how it went. They want to know your story. They want to know that everything's not perfect and it's okay to share. Like, oh my God, like I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning and my intention was to do da 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 da, but I'm not really feeling it and I need inspiration. This is what I do to get myself back on track. Like, that can resonate with another artist who has the same issue. So don't feel like you only show the good stuff, only the perfect stuff, because that's not reality, right? So just
Yeah.
be real while you're on here, and don't overshare. It's okay, to as an artist to keep certain things for yourself, right? Because
Yeah.
you don't want to give everything away, because then you have nothing left for you, and it's okay for you to be able to keep some things for yourself, and learn the difference. And so as you're putting content out, you will see, watch your insights. You'll see what's working and what's not. Lean into the things that's working, drop the things that don't. But it's a constant learning process because these algorithms change all the time. But remember, the reason why you're on social media is the climate that we're in right now, but it is to promote your music. It is to promote you. It is to promote your brand. So don't ever lose sight of that.
Right.
Still have a real life outside of the social media. It is a tool for you as a musician. It is not your
Okay,
life.
Mama Latavia. Look,
You
now the
know,
mama bear is
it
coming
is
out.
not your life.
I see
So
them
make sure
paws
that
coming out.
content is consistent, but it doesn't have to be every single thing
Yes.
about you,
Yes.
right?
That's great. That is
100%.
great. And Aria, what about you? Any more suggestions? Because that was real good. That was real good.
I love the part where you're like, keep it real. Like, really,
Mhm.
here's the thing, like you never know how you're changing someone's life, even for like a little thing that you might have said, you might have changed something in their minds, you might have changed their day. I remember something that really touched me was whenever I used to post a lot more stories talking about like mental health, and which I really want to start doing. It's just I've been crazy busy, but again, we need to create content beforehand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I used to create these stories talking about mental health and how sometimes I would like maybe not wake up feeling at my best, but I would try to turn my day to do it to be its best. So every
Mm-hmm.
time I was waking up like that, I would try to post it here and there, and I would be like, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm sad. I would be like, I'm feeling this way, but I'm gonna try to work out to feel better, and then I would give them an update. And then I remember this one girl DM'd me, and I didn't know her personally, but she followed me on Instagram, and she said, I named my daughter after you because of how much you've helped me.
Oh,
And that just
Oh,
like that
wow.
changed my perspective with everything. Like now I'm
Wow.
way more conscious of what I post. I'm way more
Yeah.
like that. Just when she said that, like I literally got the chills. Like I was like,
Girl,
wow,
me
like I did
too.
not know this is the kind of impact we can have if we really
Wow.
use it for good. We could be helping someone out there. Doesn't matter if you have a follower, two, or a million. It's a matter of what are you putting out there. Are you keeping it real? Are you what when people follow me, I want it to be for a good reason. Why are people following you?
Mm.
Is it
right.
because you help them somehow? Is it because you're teaching something, you're preaching something, you're speaking something? What are you saying that it's helping someone
Mm.
out there, to grow? Because at the end of the day, we need each other. We
Right.
really need each other. So what can we put out there being real, but also edifying others?
Yeah. I love that.
I love that. I love
Real
that
but
too.
edify. Real but edify. Put that in the chat. My chat is frozen, so I hope that people are dropping in these bars because keep it real but edify. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now that's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
powerful statement. I love this. This chat is making. I got the chills too. I don't know if you heard me, but I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm like,
beautiful!" Like that is phenomenal. That's amazing. And it's a testament not only to, like you said, it's not just the music side of who you are, but it's
yeah,
genuinely unique to who you are as an individual to share.
yeah,
Hey, every day it's not fun, but I do love what I do. But touching
yes,
on the importance of giving yourself time to just step away, just step
Right.
back and remember why you do it because, yeah, you can get caught up in, oh, I got to stay with these trends. And it's like,
yep,
wait, what am I doing? Like, this isn't me. This isn't me. And then that's when you really start to lose people when people see that, oh, you're doing this to stay trendy versus staying true to yourself.
Right.
Ooh,
yes, that's so
put that
true.
in the
Trendy
chat.
versus
No
true.
trendy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What is that? Okay, what's the next panel? What's the next panel?
Well, I actually see a comment here that I think is
Okay.
really, really good from Magic's the Man, and he says, "Give away value in exchange for data, emails, phone numbers, and landing pages." That is very, very true. So, as an artist, sign artists, a lot of times their pages are managed by the label, which means that the
Mm,
label owns all the data. So, you want to have your own data before you ever get signed and make sure that you're able to retain it, even if you do. So I love that advice because if you have access to be able to communicate off these platforms, if you're ever kicked off or the platforms are purchased and then repurposed a different way, you don't like it anymore, you have access to be able to talk with your people. So you always, want to make sure that you are creating in your own space a way
Right.
for people to contact you. Even on Who's Got Next Music platform, we aren't gatekeeping, and you can talk to your fans there, but you definitely should also still have your own landing page at least of your
Yeah.
website, because when you go to sell your merch, that's where you're going to sell it from. If you're
Right.
selling exclusive drops to your music or early
mm,
access or meet and greets and all those things, that's your website. And so therefore you want to make sure that you have a way to be able to collect that data. So thank you, Magic's the Man, because you actually gave some great advice there. As you're engaging with your audience, you give away something in exchange for contact information, and then you protect that data. Don't sell it to other people or anything like that. Make sure that you're utilizing it for the purpose in which it was given to you.
Absolutely. Yes, that's what they tell us. You have to have somewhere, you have to have something that is yours. I have a website that to this day I do not use it, but if push came to shove, it is established, it is mine, it is something that I have. If Instagram goes away tomorrow, I still have something
yes,
for me. So I think that's awesome, awesome, awesome advice. Yes, everyone should have a website. Everyone should have something that does is not attached to any other entity, but something that is
mm,
Right.
yours. That is great advice. And so we're gonna kind of round this up a little bit, not to get a, you don't have to be a Debbie Downer. But as we know, this is a competition. As much as it is a community, as much as this is going to be a place where people can really learn and grow and network and gain different tools to help them progress in their future. Not everybody gonna make it to that top five.
mm.
But even though people may walk away without winning, how can I think I kind of answered my own question? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry because I was gonna say basically for those. Okay, let me actually just read this one. Okay, starting over now. Let's be for real. Not everyone is going to make it to that top five, but what should artists be walking away with, or what will artists be walking away with if they don't win? And furthermore, how can they keep using the Who's Got Next music platform after the competition's over for everyone? So after we choose our winner, how can they
Mhm.
stay connected? Why should they stay connected?
Oh, I love this question. I
Yeah.
absolutely love this question. So, one of the things is there's no losers in the Who's Got Next Music platform.
Yes.
Mhm.
There are no losers. There are always lessons, right?
Oh,
So, if you do not make it past that first round, that's feedback for you to work on your sound, work on your music.
Mm,
That's work on your connecting with people through your storytelling. So, as
right.
Aria was mentioning earlier, she sang or wrote songs about things that were real, because
Right.
that's what human connection is all about, real
Yeah.
things relating to one another, right? So if you want
Mhm.
people to connect with your music and you don't make it through that first round, work on that. So the second thing is, and we also give you some data and feedback as well, after you are eliminated from any round. Second round, work on your visual storytelling. If you don't make it past that particular round, work on your visuals. And even if it's not you, work on building your team that can take the vision that's in your head and be able to articulate it visually. There's so many tools now that you can use that are actually available now due to AI, because
Yes.
that is blowing up, and this new Gemini tool that actually allows you to speak or actually do a text to video and it actually speaks is really, really wild.
Wow.
I can't wait to try that out. But those are the types of things that you can do on your phone, right? So you want to be able to articulate your vision in a way that can resonate with people. And so if you fall out during that round, make sure that you go and work on your visual storytelling. We'll give you feedback, as like I said, after that. If you don't win the third round to get the top prize, the promotion that you get alone from that is invaluable, because you are going to have an opportunity to go live with us. You get your own moment during that week. Every single person gets to have that, right? And we're promoting everybody that's participating in our app, in our contest anyway. But during that last week, it's some really heavy promotion. So we want to make sure that you are ready for your moment in that moment. And so the last thing is, every single artist that creates that original song, that song belongs to you. We don't own any of it. We don't have any rights other than to utilize it to promote other contests. So to have it on our platform, that's it. But you go and distribute the song. Make sure that you distribute the song. Go and make money off it, of it. Go collect your royalties from it. Make sure that you are able to maximize the use of it, because it belongs to you. You have all of your rights to it. So that's
That's
why
nice.
there are no losers in our competition, only lessons to learn. And for that producer who provided the beat, or the producers who provided the beat, they also win too. So we definitely want you to be on the platform, not just because you're looking to get that top prize, but because those are customers. Like, all of these artists that are on the platform are potential customers of yours. Talk to people, collaborate, reach out. They're right there. We're bringing them to you. They're trying to build, you're trying to build. See how y'all can build together. As
Absolutely.
well as the artists. You ask the question, what can keep people on the platform even after a contest is over? If your genre is hip hop and we've moved on to maybe pop or some other genre, you still want to be connecting to your fans that are on the platform. You want to also be connecting to other artists that are on the platform, because it's a lot cheaper to go and build and collaborate with an artist that is up and coming like you, because they have the same grind and they have the same goal as you do, and that is to become a bigger artist. Someone that's
Yeah.
already big, they may not have as much motivation as you do, and you go into debt to pay them. Whereas, as a collaborating artist at this level, you all can come up with an agreement that is equitable to you both, right? You both have skin in the game, and you both have an incentive to be able to push your music forward. And then working with producers that you've heard, from other people's music, right? It's not just a YouTube beat, right? That you've heard. You've actually heard a song that's being created with someone's beat. So now you have access to producers, you have access to other artists, and
Yeah.
producers have access to artists, and y'all can decide, how y'all can collaborate. If you know anything about, some really big producers that bring other producers along with them, they're helping them to build their catalog. And so you can do the same thing. Y'all can collaborate together to build a base of artists that y'all want to work with, and say, hey, I want you to be my person, or I want to be your person, right? Let's make this music together. Let's make this EP together. Let's see what we can do. And so utilize the resources that I put before you to get feedback, to collaborate. There's definitely a reason to stay on the app, and prepare for the next competition that you're going to enter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because
It's
they're
a
coming back to back.
win-win.
Literally coming back to back. Well, this is awesome. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh, I want to like go get like some vocal lessons so I could like warm
Yes.
myself up. I don't know, just to get my feet wet just a little bit. Let me just see how I do. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I will leave that to all the amazing talent that is out here tuning in and those who have been tuning in with us every week. Aria, thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
for
us.
having me. And good
Um,
luck to everybody in the competition. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing.
Yes,
Just do your best, and you know what? If not this one, the next one, but just stay on it, be consistent. That's the main thing.
when are we going to get some
absolutely.
new music from you, ma'am?
Oh my gosh. Well, I just dropped a couple EPs. I just yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
so
So one
so
of them
let's
it's all like reggaeton vibes, and then another
Okay.
one is all like pop, between pop and I would say like pop and electronic.
okay.
So yes, you
And
can
it's
find
rave
it in my
season too
profile
now.
by Spotify, Apple Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're
So we
not
have to
already
go.
following Aria, follow her
That's
right
right.
now and tap
Yes.
all the
Thank
way
you so
in.
much, guys, for having me. I'm excited. Hopefully, we can have another event soon. Bringing more
Yes,
people together
Yes.
and just keep
absolutely.
spreading the message and the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
But thank
indeed. For
you
sure. For
so
sure.
much. Well, this was a so bomb. And don't forget, if you're in here today or if you're watching the replay and you're an artist or producer and you think that you have got next, we're here to remind you that this is your absolute moment. So sign up in the app. To download and to sign up for the app is completely free. If you're an artist, you have to pay your entry fee. If you're a producer, you have, well, all the producers have actually already been selected, so we're done with that one. Ooh, it's just fans of this now. But don't forget, once we get this competition rolling, you need to promote yourself heavy because people do not
Mhm.
know to or how or when to support you if you don't let them know. So we want to get everyone seen, heard, and we want everyone to be celebrated. And don't forget, fans, there is something in it for you too. So, fans like me who love to listen to music, once this competition launches and you max out all the votes that you're given, the more you share, the more you earn. The more votes you get,
Mm.
you have your own leaderboard that you're ranking up. So, show your favorite artist that you are their biggest fan. There's also something in there for you too. So, we're going to be back next week with Latavia, maybe some other guests. We're not sure just yet, so you have to stay tuned to our page. But for everyone that is in Atlanta, save the date for July 19th. That is the finale that we're going to have for Who's Got Next Music. So if you're in the A or if you're around that area, save that date for July 19th. Put that on your calendar because we are coming to you. All right, that's it for today.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
Bye,
bye.
everybody.